Next week, we start a verse-by-verse study of the book of Hebrews, which is one of the most profound books in the Bible. I think that study is going to take us several months to get through. It's a great book, very rich. Looking forward to that. This week, we have been looking, I've been trying to tease out answers to four of the biggest questions out there. Who is Jesus? Why did he have to die, or what's the big deal about his death? Today, I want to look at the question, what about this book? What's the Bible? Why does this book matter? What's the big deal about the book? By the way, the word Bible, biblios in the Greek, just means book. This is the book. And so I just want to frame this for you, because if you're serious about a relationship with God, if you want to be a Christ follower, you have to be a student of the book. So the first thing I'll say is I'm guessing you have some familiarity with the Bible. There are like 5 billion copies in print. Most people, most families have at least one copy at home. Some have dozens. So it's a hard book to avoid. But 5 quick reasons why I want you to read the Bible. First of all, because it's not just a book, it is the book. And when I say the book, I mean, I could make this case in a variety of different ways. I could point out that, it is the best-selling book of all time. More books have been written about this book than have been written about any other book. This book has been translated into more languages than any other book. This book has done more to shape government and influence nations and art and human activity. Any given moment, there are millions of people reading the book. If ever a book was the book, this book is that book. And so the first thing I would say is you need to be familiar with the Bible because it is the book. The second thing I'll note is that it makes very important claims. So if the Bible were a person, it would be the biggest megalomaniac on the planet, because it claims to be the most important book of all time. And it's one thing, just think about this. If the Bible had not sold many copies and it made these claims, you could sort of ignore it. Or if it sold a lot of copies, but it made inconsequential claims, you could sort of ignore it. But we have the most influential book that has ever been written, that makes the most significant claims ever made. The Bible claims to reveal truth that we have to know in order to live well. The Bible claims to reveal critical information about God that we can only get through this book. God reveals himself through nature as well, but that is an incomplete picture. We get a much clearer picture, certainly not a complete picture, I shouldn't say it that way. We learn a lot more about God and his nature through this book. The Bible claims to be authored by God, co-authored by God. He used human authors. But the Bible claims to be a divinely inspired book. And additionally then, the Bible claims to be living and active. In Hebrews chapter 4, we hear that the Word of God is living and active and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing as far as the division of soul and spirit, of both joint and marrow, able to judge the thoughts and intentions of the heart. When you start to read this book, at some point you realize, oh my goodness, who switched the roles? I'm not reading this book. This book is reading me. So, look, I think it's very possible that you've tried to read the book in the past and you've missed the main point. I think it's imperative that you try again, because this is a source of stability in a world where the ground is moving. You need the Bible. This is God's love letter to you. So, who is Jesus? He is God. Why did he die? He died for our eternal reconciliation with God. What is the Bible? It is the book we have to read. Have a good day.